All right. Welcome once again to another episode, or should I say, another season of Sports Therapy with FH Jr. I am your host. This is a new season. Football is back. We are done with preseason. It's time for the real deal. A little bit about the show. Keep in mind that sports therapy with FH Jr. is entertainment and entertainment only. We don't we don't talk about race relations. We don't talk about sexual orientation, nor do we talk about politics. Because you guys know I don't give a fat rat's butt what the Republicans are doing, nor do I care what the Democrats are doing. Sports therapy is always about nothing but fun and yucks. And our sponsor, once again, is always Crown Royal, where you will drink Crown Royal happily but responsibly. I think I got that done. Now, man, the NFL is back. The NFL is back and it is live and kicking. Now, I promised for all my new listeners, if you're just tuning in, the number to call is 940-329-4110. And sports therapy is where callers will have 2 minutes to rip, rant, kick some knowledge about all things NFL. Now, I said that I was going to be sporting a new standard uniform because you guys know how I roll. I'm always rocking the cool beard, augmented by the commander gear. Now, this is not the new standard uniform. I am wearing this uniform because, now, like I tell people, although I am neutral like Switzerland, this show is it's centered around you know, everybody's entitled to their own team. Now, my team are the Commanders, aka the Redskin football team or whatever we call ourselves. But today we're gonna call ourselves winners. So I'm rocking my new jersey, which is and I'm paying tribute to my man Cam Curl. Now, Cam, oh yeah, Cam. Cam Curl is he saved it for my my Redskins / football team / Commanders, but I'm rocking it because Cam is not only plays for my my Commanders, but he's also a member of my Razorbacks. So I am a Razorback. I am from the great state of Arkansas. A little plug to the great state, but this is not the standard uniform. In fact, let me go dark for a minute. Let me go dark. Now, this is, I am rocking the new standard uniform. So as you all can see, get the league hat. This represents the fact that I am neutral. I tell people I am neutral. So I have decals from all of the NFL teams. I got everybody on it except the Cowboys. Now, I don't know, it had nothing to do with me, but for some reason, the Cowboys not on here, man. I got AFC, NFC, I got everybody to let you know that there is no fan shaming on Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr. We don't fan shame. No. So just to prove that I am neutral, just like Switzerland. But I'm representing the league because the show is always about NFL football, where callers will have 2 minutes to rip, rant, kick some knowledge about all things NFL. All right. Now, let's talk scores. Let's talk some scores. If you are in doubt about my man Love, if there's anybody out there that's in doubt about my man Love, you say, Aaron, who? Hey, Jordan Love is the real deal. Um, in regards of how I do this show, I always, most of the time, I like to go to Buffalo Wild Wing and kick it with my with my rowdy bunch there. That way, I can watch all the games. But you know what? This year, they did things a little bit different because the NFL package, which I had, and I've had the NFL package for almost 30 years. I'm talking about I had the original NFL package, you know what I mean? But for some reason, the contract was awarded to YouTube TV, and so now I am part of the YouTube TV family, and it took me a while to get used to it, but change is change. So I did get a chance to watch all the games. I kind of horned in on some. The Who Dat Nation. You had the Saints. Hey, that was a thriller there. Dropped in a little bit on. I always got to keep out on those Eagles, and then and boy, did the 49ers take the Steelers to the woodshed. I don't know if I got to check on my homeboy Glenn to see if he's still kicking. We'll find out if he calls in because that was an old-fashioned cow killing, as they say in the great state of Texas. Yeah, I love Texas where they make those big old Texas-sized paychecks. But yeah, that was an old-fashioned cow killing. But remember, if you are rolling around out there and you want to know, hey, um, my team lost. I need to talk to somebody. I want to get something off my chest. Then, my friends, you need to call Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr. where the number is 940-329-4110. Well, you have 2 minutes to rip, rant, kick some knowledge, and if you drop the occasional F-bomb, got you covered. Got the cussing bell. Now, the Cowboys are taking on the Giants tonight, so I got a vested interest in that game. Now, I would love it if the game ended in a tie. But at the end of the day, look, I tell people, man, although I'm neutral like Switzerland, and I call them like I see them, but I do cheer for everybody in the division to lose because I have a vested interest in my Commanders winning. So it ain't personal; it's just business. So the Cowboys will be taking on the G-Men tonight, and that game's gonna start probably around should be kicking off in about 5 minutes or so. So I'll see if the good Cowboy fans want to call, but right now they're probably in their Cowboy bunkers. Yeah, because they got some problems in Cowboy land. I think one of the Smith boys is going to be absent today, not going to play. I think there's some injury going on out there, so we shall see. But I will be tuning in. I'm recording that game as I bring the show to all my listeners. But let's talk scores. Can we talk scores? Let me see here. As I tune in, I was watching the Bears take on who were the Bears playing today? Bears took on Green Bay, and I watched. I saw some things that from a fan perspective, if I was a Bear fan, I would be asking myself. I really didn't see a lot of change in Justin Fields as compared to last year. Because last year, all I saw was an athlete running around making plays. So I was thinking, okay, that was his rookie year. I'm thinking this year he's going to get a lot better. They were going to surround him with some better players. But this year, all I saw was the same old, same old. That's all I saw. I saw the same old thing. I saw the guy just being an athlete. And excuse me, but in the NFL, everybody's an athlete. Everybody's an athlete. So I really didn't see anything, but I saw a big improvement from my man Love. So if you want to know what Love has to do with it, it had to do with the fact that they beat them Bears 38-20. So it is what it is. We got a call. Let's see what we got. Was therapy
Who
with?
that?
Hey ho, we got Jay. Jay, can you push your volume up on your phone for me, please? You good,
Okay,
Jay?
all right.
Jay
Yeah.
came in strong with a who that. Who that there? Jay, I was telling my listeners that first of all, thank you for calling, and this is a brand new season. Hey, the NFL is back. No more preseason, but
Yeah.
Jay,
Fine.
I was telling my listeners that I try to watch all the games. I usually go to B Dub, aka Buffalo Wild Wing. But now today I was at home vegetating because I have the new NFL package on YouTube TV. So I wanted to just kind of check it out. So I kind of horn in on some games, and I just happened to stop and watch the Who Dat Nation. And you guys got a brand new car. Talk to me, Jay.
The car was all right. The car was all right. He was all right. I love the offense. That was good. That was nice. Hey, and the win is a win. Okay. It was a little scary at the end, but we won. So there.
A win
Now
is
who did?
a win is always a win. A win is always a win because you guys took on. You guys took on. Let me see who did. Yeah. As I was telling my listeners that sometimes I'll just stop on one game and kind of watch it for about 15, 20 minutes and whatever. But I was really drawn to the game with the Saints versus the you guys took on.
Titans.
Yes, remember the Titans. And I knew that game was going to be just an old-fashioned slugfest because I said, hell.
It was slow as
Yes.
and wow. It
But
stayed 9-9 for the longest.
for the longest. And then all of a sudden, big Derrick Henry just got loose a couple times, man. I was like, oh, crap. Oh, crap. He got loose. And like you said, for a long time, the game was 9-9, except for, I think the final score in that game was 16-15.
Yes, it was. And it was very nerve-wracking. Please hurry up and go down there and take a knee so we can go.
I thought about you when I was watching that game. I was like, man. Now, toward the end, there were a couple of plays that I think if I was a true blue Who Dat fan, I think I would have pulled my hair out because there was this one drive that you guys were going down. I think it was right before halftime. And your brand new car threw a interception on.
Oh, my goodness.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I do. Dude was right there, man.
Right there.
Right.
Right there. Right there. He was.
Got right in front of him and just took off.
But toward the end, when you guys needed that go-ahead touchdown, who did y'all find that was always open in the back end zone?
7-11.
7-11 is always open. Micah Thomas. Old reliable Micah Thomas. And he was. It's like somebody should have been guarding that guy because he's always going to be open. That's 7-11. He's open 24/7. And he made a key. But what I like about the Saints this year, Jay, is the fact that game was just a defensive game. It really was. And my hat was off to the guys because, man, Derrick Henry is like 6'4", 255, 260 pounds, and he's running like
knocking over.
He was, man. I was like, man, who wants to hit that brother?
Nobody did.
And there was a couple of guys made some business decisions. I saw a couple of times where guys had the opportunity to go head up with Big Derrick. And they decided to kind of like, we're going to let somebody else tackle him. But Jay, I'm rocking my new uniform, the new standard uniform today, and I'm gonna post this later on, and of course you know the show is always live, stream live. So for those who are watching right now, they can see that I'm rocking my new uniform here because I have a detail of all the teams, and of course you know I'm like Switzerland here. I don't have a favorite. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I do have a favorite team, but 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 you know what? I try to give everybody equal time when they call in, if that makes any sense.
Right.
But get back to the Who Dat Nation. There were some things that when I was looking at Derek Carr, I wanted to try to compare him to what you guys had last year, and what I saw was seemed to me like he had a little bit more control of the offense. Seemed like the offense was a lot smoother with with him as quarterback as compared to Jameis and you know who else you guys were rolling out there. Yeah, yeah, and I think Andy probably would have been a good choice, but it was like okay, Andy's up there in years, and plus they had to commit to paying Andy a lot of money, so that was more of a money deal than an actual you know making a quarterback change because the guy couldn't play the position anymore. I think that had to do with money. But you seem to be happy with your new car.
It's all right.
But you know what? You guys are. I was thinking that the division that the Saints play in was going to be like an easy, but I don't know, man. But I tell you what, I wasn't impressed with the Panthers because they got a rookie quarterback. They have Bryson Young, so they're not gonna let him do too much. And in fact, he threw like three and he threw like three interceptions. But that's the life of when you're playing with a rookie quarterback. You gotta let him kind of like figure it out. But man, so he had three interceptions. But you guys, old nemesis, Tampa Bay won today, and that was a shock. I figured that they were gonna get blew out. So it's like, and then you had the Dirty Birds. The Dirty Birds won. So everybody in you all division won except for the Panthers. So I guess it was a good day for you know the NFC South. I think that's what you guys are in.
Hello.
Yeah, still here. Every once in a while I get crazy into hitting buttons and stuff. So what do you think in terms of you guys' chances of making the playoffs this year?
I think we'll make it. I think we'll get there. You know, smooth out the car a little bit more. Get the offense going.
But yeah, it
I
was
think we'll
a
get there.
huh.
I said I think we'll get there.
I think you guys gonna get there too, man. It was like I said, I stopped in, and what's funny was when I first tuned in, I was like, okay, I got the Saints versus Tennessee. And I knew it was gonna be exactly what it was gonna be. I said, this is gonna be an old fashioned brawl, and it turned out. And then it was like, okay, is this game going to be 9-9 forever? And but it became a field goal kicking game as far as what the Titans was rolling out. But it was all in all though, it was entertaining. I'm not gonna lie, that game was entertaining. It wasn't a lot of score, but and for those who didn't get a chance to see it, it's almost like now me. I love watching the Saints. I can watch the Saints all day. I don't want them to, I don't want to watch them when they play in my my Commanders. No, hell no. But just for the heck of it, yeah, I can get down with the Who Dat Nation. So now let me see. Let me see who you guys are playing next week. Is y'all competition gonna get a little bit better? Or y'all play the Tennessee Titans again? Who y'all playing next week?
Uh,
Who y'all playing next week? Let me look. Saints. Who that? Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Yeah, I'm pulling up y'all sketch. Saints. Who that nation?
I ain't look
Ah,
at the game.
you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna go on the record. I'm gonna go on the record and say the Saints are gonna win next week. Jay, y'all gonna win next week. You guys are going to win next week. You know why?
Why?
Y'all play a division game, and y'all playing the Carolina Panthers with their rookie quarterback who threw like 3 interceptions and whatever. So yeah, y'all play Bryson Young and the Carolina Panthers. So I think y'all gonna take it, Jay. Jay, I think y'all gonna take it. But hey, I appreciate you calling, and we'll see you next week. Okay? Let me get some more people in here.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right, that is Jay. Jay, who that? Who that? Jay, who that? They'll say they gonna beat them. They'll say. One thing about Jay, I got to get. She is consistent. And she's always. I don't know if she's around the corner, but she's always my first call. I think she's always been my first caller. Um, and it's good to have regulars, man, and it just lets you know either I'm doing something good or I'm doing something terrible. You know what I mean? So let me hit this commercial, man. I haven't played my commercial in a long time. Let me hit fire out with my commercial. Discover Crown Royal blended Canadian whiskey. Patiently fit for a king, expertly blended since 1939. And you guys know how I do it. After a long, hard day of crime fighting, man, I reach for a bottle of Crown Royal, and you know what I say? Man, I say, crown me, baby. Drink Crown Royal responsibly. And teenagers and anyone under the age of 21 should never drink Crown. But if you are of legal age, man, get down with a bottle of Crown. All right. Now, that was Jay. Got my commercial in. Folks, I'm so happy to be back. I just don't know what to do. But if you are out there and you are like listening, because we are streamed live on Facebook, YouTube, and you want to know what the hell am I listening to? Man, this is Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr. Well, callers get 2 minutes to kick some knowledge about all things NFL related. The number to call is 940-329-4110. Man, I used to struggle with that number, but now I can say it in my sleep. 940-329-4110. That's the number to call it. You want to be alive? All the way live guest on the show. Yes, sir. Now, I am going to revisit some of these good scores, man. That's like football scores. Now, for those who love baseball, I got it's gonna be rough, man, because I'm in Texas, man. And if people want to know where I do my show from, I do my show deep in enemy territory, man. I am in the state of Texas, where you can throw a rock and hit a Cowboy fan. On a good day, you can throw the same rock and hit 10 Cowboy fans. But sorry, I love my Cowboy fans. I got Cowboy fans in my family. How that happened, I don't know. Must be on my dad's side of the family. But I got some Cowboy fans in my family, man. They're a little bit misguided, but I love them. We still invite them to all the events. They still can come and kick it for Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that. Yeah, a little bit misguided, but they Cowboy fans. That's what you should be. Because even though I make joke and I make light of things like that, but I always tell people, man, I love it when you are true to your fandom. And you should be. Because there is no shaming on Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr. Now, let me run down some scores real quick now. And like I tell people, I don't just wing this show. I don't just get out of bed and wing this show. But I got to admit, man, my new uniform is just kicking it, man. It is sweet. Man, it is sweet. It's sweet, man. Yeah. Because last year, man, I used to rock the Commander standard uniform. And then someone said, man, I thought you supposed to be neutral, man. You always got Commander stuff on. And that's called fan shaming. Stop fan shaming me. So, last Thursday night, we had the season to just pop off with the Kansas City Chiefs. Because when you large and in charge, man, somebody got to call you chief. The Chiefs took on, and that was a big surprise, man. The Chiefs took on the Detroit Lions. And I tell people, these were not your father's Lions. No, they wasn't. Now, I have this theory about NFL teams when they get to a stage where they're good. I believe that once you peak, that means making a deep run into the playoffs, or you should make a deep run, or having where you're going like, I don't know, 11-4, 12-3, or whatever. If you have an outstanding record, and you have an outstanding year, you're winning, and you're doing all these things for 3 years in a row, man, you stay in the playoffs and championship talk is in the air. I believe that you only get 3 years to get it done. I believe you get 3 years to get it done. And I believe that teams like the Cowboys, I'm not hating. I believe the 49ers, teams like Cowboys, 49ers, the Ravens, the Bills, those teams have been right around the championship, around the Super Bowl. They've been hanging out at the Super Bowl. When I say hanging out, I'm talking about on the verge of kicking the freaking door down and making their way either with a Super Bowl or getting there, or you're in the championship game. I just believe that you have to get it done. Otherwise, NFL minutia takes place. Say, you like, well, FH, what is NFL minutia? That is all the minutia that go along with being a successful good team. Because, for example, the Chiefs lost this week. Now, they've won a couple Super Bowls. They're always in the championship game. It's like, man, it is what it is. But once you arrive at the pinnacle of success, now you got to deal with all the other minutiae that comes along with that. I'm talking about players getting older, like offensive line, defensive line, DBs, safeties, and cornerbacks start to get hurt because, guys starting to want more money. You start to not even want to, all of a sudden, do I really want to get hit today? Coach, even the coaches start to kind of like, you know what, I'm Super Bowl champion. Oh, we got a good team. Case in point, I guess in the old school they would say you're not hungry anymore. You're not hungry anymore, because I look at my man Patrick, my homie, as I call him, my homie. He's doing commercials. I just saw him today. Him and Big Red, the coach, they doing commercials, man, about food and snacks and whatever, documentaries on Netflix and all that. Quarterbacks, as they call it. And another team, I got to throw them in there too, the Vikings. When you have been good for a while, man, you got to get it done. So all of a sudden, these teams go what I call, they go Hollywood. I got a personal trainer now that makes me get up and train. My point is, do you really need a personal trainer to train you? Come on, man. Did you have a personal trainer when you didn't have anything? That's my point. You got quarterbacks. You got to give them the money. That takes a lot from how you can invest in the team as far as fulfilling other positions or other needs. All those things set in what I call NFL minutia. And I just think that causes issues when you're trying to get it done. And that's my theory on that, man. And that's what I truly believe from the bottom of my heart. Sports therapy with F.A. Jr.
Yes, sir. F.A. Jr. It's your boy Brandon Cooper for the one and only 1-0 Baltimore Ravens. What's up, man?
Hey, man, thank you for calling, Brother Coop. Man, I was worried about you.
Hey, man, Lord have mercy. And this goes back to when you don't get reps in preseason and you try to come out here and go 100 miles an hour.
Wow.
He had a pick and he had a fumble. But you know what? That's the Ravens. You know how we do. It's never a pretty win. It's always ugly. You know, our division is ugly. So, hey, we got it, though. It was against the Texans, but we'll take a win.
Brother Coop, let me get you push your volume up a little bit.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, sir. Like that phone commercial. I can hear you now. Okay, talk to me about today's game, man.
This is what I'm gonna say, man. With the Baltimore Ravens, it was a home game, and we really don't play our starters in the preseason at all.
Right.
And this always happens though the first game of the season. We always try to get our footing up under us.
Right.
I'ma just chalk it up to this was our first time going 100 miles an hour. And Lamar had a pick and he had a fumble, but Lamar did control the game. He made the throws where he wanted to. I like Zay Flowers catching the ball. He gets a lot of good yards after the catch. I like what Jadeveon Clowney was giving me on the defensive end. But, of course, we didn't have Andrews. And as you saw, man, J.K. Dobbins tore his Achilles. So
he's done.
That's tough.
Did the brother get his money? Did he get his money before he went out?
Nah, you know, this was last year of his rookie deal.
Wow.
So I mean, they're gonna probably hit him with the little guaranteed money he got left, but it's just sad, man, because you know his first season he balled out, second season he missed because of the ACL.
Right.
Last season he came back, he played 8 games, and in this season, you know, he just missed it. So I hate to see it, man.
Wow.
But, you know, overall, Ravens got the win. You know, in our division, the Browns, they whooped up on
boy, did they.
And, boy. And, you know, the Niners, man, they gave an old-fashioned butt whooping to the Steelers. So, you know, our division is the Black Air Force One division. So, you know how that goes.
I do.
But, man, look, man, look. I like what I saw out of Sam Howell. I like what I saw.
Hey, man, I'm trying to I'm trying to be professional. No, hell no.
Go.
Hey, man, look, we have a quarterback, and I like how my man Eric Bieniemy said, you know what, we're going to find out if you can play the position or not. You know what I'm saying? We're not scaling back the offense. We just gonna roll with it. And Sam was doing some. Now he made a couple of bonehead plays, which he threw late over the middle, got picked off. He did a shot himself in the butt, I guess, where he fell and fumbled the ball and they picked it up for a touchdown. So realistically now, the Cardinals offense really didn't do anything. Hell, all the points that they got really came from just self-inflicted wound. But I will tell you this: I like Sam, but I tell you what, man, I was so proud of that defense, man. That defense came to play. They came to play.
When you got Chase Young back, it's different.
But see, Chase didn't play today. He's out.
Yeah, he was, but what's crazy is y'all defense have always been y'all strong suit, right? You spent all your first round draft picks on the defensive line. You got a pretty good linebacking core. Your secondary needed a little bit of work, but you know, especially with the Cardinals,
right?
Marquise Brown is their number 1 receiver. Kyler Murray's not back.
They didn't have a quarterback.
I was like, okay.
They didn't have a quarterback.
Was it boy trying to do something.
No, they traded for Dobbs at the last minute, and hell, he ain't been in town no more than 15 days. So, what can you know? You know, he, he just probably he's still looking for the cafeteria, man, so he can figure out where he gonna get his meals, man. But what I like is the fact that Sam actually got to showcase what he can do, because I'm like, hey, either he's gonna be the quarterback or he's not. You know.
And that's the thing. It's something there. You know, when you look from college, it's something there. And Eric Bieniemy is the type of coach to be like, look, we're not scaling back, as you said. You're going to go right in. You're going to run this offense the way I expect any quarterback to step in and run this offense.
Yep.
And I like y'all gave him the full slate.
They gave him the full. Now, only thing that I had some reservations about was we came out looking like exactly like the Kansas City Chiefs, which was cool, you know, with the short passing game, whatever. But only problem was it took our running back Robinson and Gipp kind of out of it, and I think someone had to get in Eric's ear and say, "Hey, hold on, man, let's run this ball." So we came out in the second half and just started running the ball, especially when we got a turnover. Our defense gave us a turnover deep in Arizona territory. And so we got back to the running game. And so I guess what I want to see is Eric kind of combine the running with, because we do have some explosive players. So we just can't just go old school run the ball. So, you know, I think we'll make it work. But getting back to your Ravens, and I think you guys took on Houston today. Now, I stopped by because, like I was telling one of my callers, I said, normally I usually go to B-Dub and watch all the games, but now, you know what, I just kind of vegetated at the house a little bit, and I kind of stopped in. But I wanted to see what you guys' new offense was going to look like. Talk to me about that, man.
So what I liked about the new offense is we came out, we had multiple personnel sets, right? And I did like that. We're not as predictable as last year, last few years with Greg Roman, but also Lamar didn't run as much now, right? I think we're scaling back on the amount of times Lamar has to run, and we're just, look, run when you have to.
Right.
And that used to be our calling card.
Right.
So if Lamar Jackson ran for 60-plus yards, we automatically won. But I think we're leaning more toward running plays going to our running backs, as they should.
Yes, they get paid to run the ball.
It was a few instances where I thought Lamar Jackson should have took off, but I can't be mad at it because he's trying to sit back and he's trying to pick apart our defense. A few times we were able to connect with OBJ.
Right.
I think one thing we have to realize with OBJ after his second ACL injury is he's not in and out of his breaks even as fast as he was with the Rams, right? And it's gonna take some time, because even with the Rams, OBJ still has some juice,
right?
Because he possibly, if he didn't get hurt, he would have won Super Bowl MVP. You know what I'm saying? Like he had that type of game.
He was. I agree.
But I just like the way things were coming together. Now, of course, I'll be able to give the full scope of things when Andrews gets back. But I like where we were going. We weren't as predictable. Still controlling the clock. Kept the defense on their heels. Lamar is doing a better job of reading defenses. I like where we're heading with this new offense, especially in the division we're in that has hellified pass rushers.
Right.
You know, you got T.J. Watt, you got Myles Garrett, and then, of course, the Bengals, you know, you have to outscore them, right? Or you run the ball like Cleveland did today.
Yeah, Cleveland ran it down their throat.
Yeah. So I'm gonna chalk it up as it's good. But, you know, as I was saying, you know, when you don't get reps in preseason games and you rest all your starters, the first 2 games of the season become preseason games.
True.
And next week we're playing Cincinnati. Like, we can't afford any hiccups in those divisional games.
Right. I agree with you.
So I got positive feeling this year. I do still believe we'll win 12 games, win the division. Kansas City is still, everything still has to go through Arrowhead.
Right.
That's going to be key as far as it does. Do the Chiefs make that move to get Mike Evans? And if they do, then that's going to put Kansas City again at the top. But other than that, man, I like what I saw from my defense and my offense.
Right.
Roquan Smith's getting it. Patrick Queen is now becoming into a better linebacker. Jadeveon Clowney, he's eating. And, even though Marlon Humphrey is hurt, our new additions, they were going in.
Now, the only thing that concerns me, Brandon, is the fact that you guys had a lot of injuries today, man. I think you guys lost your center. Because, we talked about Dobbins, but you guys lost your center. And I believe, I think is it your starting tackle or guard? You guys had a lot of injuries there, man.
That's really at this point starting to become our calling card. Is we just keep getting players injured.
I know. It's just something about you guys with injuries, man.
I'm gonna need to go take a trip and just see what this training staff got going, because it makes no sense. Like, why does every year, first game of the season, we got to deal with somebody with a season-ending injury?
Yes. And as well as I know, man, center is very important as far as stability for your offensive line, making all the calls, and just kind of keeping the continuity there, man. That's what that center does. And but you know what? Let me transition into something real quick. One of the things I wanted to do, man, is that I was hopping around because I wanted to see how all the young rookie quarterbacks were going to do. How were they going to look? Ritter looked like he's ready to take that next step. Brock Purdy.
Yeah, Ritter. I like what I saw.
Yeah, Purdy play. He, at the end of the day, Brock Purdy, he played pretty good, But I was, man, when it came to my man Bryson Young, he played like I thought he was gonna play. Man, hell, he threw like 3 interceptions. He had
two picks.
Yes, and he was not comfortable at all. He was still playing like a college player, to be honest with you. But I really wanted to see. I wanted to see two people. Really, was Jordan Love, because Aaron who, Aaron who, because that boy looked good, and I wanted to see
Jordan Love.
And I wanted to see Justin Fields, because I wanted to see, because last year Fields was just an athlete playing quarterback. I wanted to see, was he going to make the next step to where he can use his athletic ability with the position of quarterback, because they did go out and they got him some help. But to be honest with you, Brandon, he looked just like he did last year, man.
Yeah, man. When I'm watching that game, let me start off with Justin Fields, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me start off with the bad. Justin Fields. Now you are in a year where you got help.
Right.
You established Cole Kmet as a decent tight end. You got Khalil Herbert in the backfield. Roshan Johnson is nice from Texas. Dante Freeman is a good running back. You got Claypool. You got DJ Moore.
Yes.
You did have Mooney. You got enough weapons, and this man DJ Moore only got 2 targets.
Right.
And my thing is, I'm watching the Chicago Bears. What did they not address in the offseason? Their offensive line. So I'm looking at Fields having tight windows to throw in because there's so much pressure. And then Fields, of course, he lost the fumble. He threw an interception. Both were his fault.
Yep.
But I just didn't see the progression of passing in Justin Fields that I hope to see in year 2.
And that's what.
Because last year, hey man, he was just running for his life.
Right.
This year, people got games on you.
Right, and that's what I was waiting to see. Was he going to make that next step? And all I saw was he didn't stay in the pocket long enough before he tucked and ran. And now all the defensive guys were doing now was, okay, we just gonna contain him in the pocket, wait for him to break out, and have someone shower him with a linebacker or something. Have a linebacker shadow him with a linebacker, so when he give it, or safety, and have them right there, man. That's what I saw, man. I didn't see any progression, because like I tell people, when you start running your quarterback as a tailback, sooner or later he's not gonna last it long, and that's why I'm glad to see you guys are scaling back how y'all use my man Lamar Jackson.
Definitely, man. And then look into the Green Bay Packers. Man, I'm proud of Jordan Love. He went.
Oh yeah.
27, 240, 3
Yeah.
touchdowns.
Yeah.
And I like the reads he was going with. I like this progression. He was trusting his arm, trusted his receivers.
Yep.
I like that I like Musgrave, the tight end that they got.
Yep.
The young guy.
Yep.
I do also like how they used Aaron Jones. They used him in very dynamic sequences. I think Romeo Doubs might become their number one receiver because he's more of the deep threat on their team.
Right.
Jaden Reed is not bad, but I think it's something there. If you're the Green Bay Packers, you can live, especially in that division.
Yes.
With the Bears, the Vikings, the Lions, it's something there.
It's something there.
You had 30 years of Favre and Rodgers.
Right. And
you won 2 Super Bowls.
Yep.
You got to expect the run got to end at some point. But you got something there.
Thank you. Hey, man, let me get somebody else in here, brother. Get a plug for what you do, man.
Yes, sir. It's your boy Brandon Cooper, the Ravens extraordinaire. We 1-0, baby. And follow me and my crew, D1 Ignant University Podcast. It's D1IGNANT University Podcast. We're on Apple Music, Spotify Podcasts, you name it. Hey, look us up on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Hey, and it's always a pleasure being on here, especially when the Baltimore Ravens win, baby.
All right, man. Thanks, brother.
Yes, sir. Take it easy, my brother. Hey, get Logan Thomas in the offense.
Man, he just got to learn how to catch, brother. We tried. He just got to catch the ball.
All right, my man.
Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr.
What's going on, my brother?
Hey, man,
brother. My brother?
Brother, I was worried about you.
Well, I just got up off the couch.
Man.
So good. Hit me so hard today. I waited till the sun come down before I could come outside. I didn't want to show my face.
Man, what happened?
Oh. Man, did you watch that fight about a month ago between Spencer Crawford?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, that right there tell everything. Got our ass tore up. Chat fucking regular. Man, the dude, one of the guys dropped a pass, and one of the Pittsburgh defense players picked it up and ran it 9 yards. Hell, every more yards we had in the whole total offense. I'm sorry, bitch. Weird shit. I'm like Bubba Dub. Do you watch Bubba Dub on TikTok?
Yeah. 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 He said trash. Yo, trash.
Trash. That's what we look like today. But I ain't gonna judge. I'm not gonna judge about that first game because I will say this: the 49ers gonna be hard. Don't give a damn.
I know
who they play.
I know.
Yeah. Hey, like I was telling the guy today, I know it's just the first week of the season. You don't judge the season by week 1.
Right.
But Detroit and San Francisco gonna be a problem.
You know what? I think the only way San Francisco get beat, man, is Brock Purdy just turn around and throw the ball in the bleachers.
Hey, man, look at him, man. If he can do that, man, that defense they got.
I know.
Man, I'm talking about they salty, man. They salty, man.
And like I said,
they really.
If he just take the ball and throw it in the stand, that's the only way they're going to lose, baby.
Yeah, man. I still think they come back and stop it. Man, they got, man, I'm telling you, man, to be honest with you, Pittsburgh is not a bad team, and I'm loyal to them. But Pittsburgh they let Pittsburgh know where they need to go
right
to get on their level, man.
Yes, you're right.
San Francisco, Detroit. There's a few teams. Anybody can upset anybody on any given Sunday.
True.
But Detroit and San Francisco right now, especially San Francisco, they're on their level, man. Dallas, Philadelphia, can't none of them beat them, man. Not right now, not week one.
Now, Philadelphia.
Anything can change after 5 or 6. Not any of them ready for San Francisco.
Philadelphia.
San Francisco hadn't missed a beat, man.
Philadelphia had their hands full today with the Patriots, man.
New England. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they had to pull that one out, man, because that could have easily went the other way.
Yeah.
And
man, my partner called me today. He's a 49er fan, and he knows I'm a Steelers fan. And he gonna call me today. I missed a phone call 2 or 3 times. I ain't feel like fooling with it, because I ain't feel like listening to that nonsense. But anyway, I went on and answered my phone. Like I told, man, them songs gonna hit us so hard that they didn't knock me out. They put me to sleep. Man, they knocking it. Man, I'm serious, man. If that dude had not held and they pulled the instant replay. If they had not got that right, we wouldn't have had a first down in the first half.
Yeah, they salty, man. Yeah. They are a salty team, man.
Yeah, they got a solid defense, man. You got to give them credit.
I tell people the best thing that happened to the Commanders last year was when we played the 49ers. That showed our that showed our defense what we need to do and where we need to go. And it made a big difference because, man, today, man, our defense was looking tough, right, man. And you have to.
Yeah, that's right, because they salted, man. They got a salted defense, man. I really right now I go as far as to say they got the best defense in football. I hadn't seen everybody yet.
Yep.
But I don't have to see too much to see them today.
But I'm gonna tell you just like I tell everybody else. When you on top for 3 to 4 years, you had better get it done. Otherwise, you got to start paying players. All of a sudden they don't want to listen to the coach anymore. All that NFL minutia start to set in. Now remember, the 49ers, they've been at the door for the last 3 years. They got to get it done this year, homeboy Glenn. If they don't get it done, if the Cowboys don't get it done, the Chiefs, not like the Chiefs, they win this closing. They don't did their thing. They don't want all the Super Bowls they're going to win. They've been to the playoff back and forth, but because now they starting to be a Hollywood team. They making commercials. Yeah. They doing documentaries. They got all kind of stuff. And they do the stuff that kind of gets your mind away from from football, to be honest with you. And that usually set in when you've been a good team, you get 3 years. It's just like in any sport. You're not gonna be good forever. Yeah. You got to get it done.
No, you're never gonna be good.
It's just like all them years when Jordan was winning the NBA championship. There was some teams that were good, but they had to go through them. Look at Utah was good with Mailman and whatever, but at the end of the day, hey, you got to get it done. That's it. But yeah, brother. But you know what? The cool thing about it though is that this was the first game. And, a lot of times, man, I even though because I was ragging you and stuff, I don't think that today's game by the Steelers was any indication of where y'all going. I just think this was just a matter of – because sometimes you can catch a team when they hot and it ain't nothing you could do, man. It's just like playing a team and everybody hitting threes. What can you do? And
That's true.
And I think y'all
man, I'm going to be honest with you.
Huh?
Go ahead. I'm just going to be honest with you. 49er head and shoulders better than Pittsburgh right now. And I'm a diehard Steelers fan. I'm just going to keep it honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
They're a lot better than they are.
But I think y'all a lot better than that score was. I think the Steelers a lot better than that score.
Now, that's right. But I will say this now. You take a team like Cleveland with Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Man, everybody holler about Burrow. They better watch Deshaun Watson, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
Dude wasn't no bad quarterback before he left now.
Nah, he was never bad. That's why they paid him $200 million. That's why they gave him $200 million.
That's right.
And
then that defense, Cleveland Cleveland made a statement today. Look at that, boy. Dallas, boy, look at him. Dallas whooping their ass too, man.
What score?
They just go to defensive touchdown.
Okay. Because Cowboys got a couple of their starters out, so I think that's gonna be a closer game than what we thinking though, man. When it comes to them Cowboys, you know how I feel about them Cowboys, man. At the end of the day, man, I don't have to say nothing. I can't cheer for a Cowboy, dog.
Nah, I'm not gonna even tell a person how I feel about it. I'm not gonna even say it.
Because
they got so much.
They in our division.
Yeah, I know it's week 1, and I'm not gonna rant too much tonight because it's week 1. But I will rant one thing though. We ain't shit. Pittsburgh ain't shit. They ain't show me shit today. We got punked today. I don't give a damn. I'm pissed off, man. I was on the couch, and when I woke up, they had knocked my ass on the floor. I'm sleeping on the floor, and that's how hard San Francisco was hit us today. Hey, man, they look like chumps today, man.
Hey, man, did you get the new NFL package?
No, I didn't get it. To be honest with you, I might pick it up, about next week or whatever.
Yeah.
But I didn't get it today. I didn't watch. Only game I was watching Pittsburgh and
yeah, because they were local.
The Pittsburgh and San Francisco, and I was watching Tennessee, and I 2 plays of them.
Yeah, because they were local.
Chicago Bears disappointed me today too, But I tell you one thing, they better watch that boy from Green Bay. Ooh. That boy Jordan Love.
Yeah.
I'm just putting it out there.
He looked good.
I'm just saying. I've been watching football for years.
Yeah.
Hey man, they might be better.
He looked good, man. He looked good. He looked like
it might be better because ain't no pressure on it.
Man, I tell you what, boy, Green Bay
looked
pretty
like
good.
He looked like a veteran out there, man.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, man. And he ain't got no big time receivers, man.
Nah, he look good.
I mean, I'm just saying he don't have nobody out there, just no big name receiver.
Right. Yeah, but man,
he gonna be tough, man.
That brother looked like he was ready to do it to it, man. Yeah, he did. And like I was telling my homeboy Brandon, I like, man, Uncle Sam Howell looked pretty good today. Now he looked like
for the Redskins.
Yeah, man, we got a quarterback now, Glenn.
Y'all boy, y'all Commodore.
Yeah, man, smooth sailing. Hey, we look like a brick house today, baby.
He looking pretty good, huh?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Him along with Eric Bieniemy's offense is the real deal, man.
Hey, man, that's who makes the difference, though, man. And Eric Bieniemy, man.
Yeah. It made a big difference in that cat. But homeboy Glenn.
Yeah, Eric Bieniemy. Yes, sir.
I got to shut it down, brother, so I can go watch these Cowboys. So you finna hear the sound of my music.
Hey, can I rap right quick before you go?
Go for it.
Can I say one thing before you go?
Go for it.
We ain't shit. We got to do better than what we do.
Well, folks, it's going to wrap it and cap it. Even for my homeboy Glenn as he in the middle of his rant. Want to thank all you all for listening, for being a special guest on the show. Want to thank all my listeners, Jay in Grand Prairie. I also like to thank my man Brandon from IE University. Want to thank the Country Kennies down in the great state of Arkansas, all those in the booth, and those in Mario, England that listen to my show. I want to thank everybody. We're back for a whole new season. And as they sell the yard, stay golden, baby.